Hello and welcome back to the Minecraft Handbook, the series that teaches you how to play Minecraft every single day. I am, of course, Keeping Crafted, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to improve on that starter base that we made in the first episode. So obviously in the first episode we came up with this, and it's not exactly big or very impressive or very elegant for that matter. And it's really just served as a place for us to kind of hide out during the nights. I'm talking about nights, it's about to become night, so potentially it might be worth us going inside real quick. And yeah, we can't sleep yet, but I'm sure we will soon. So between episodes I have been gathering a lot of resources, and that's something I want to kind of work on today. So I'm going to grab a whole bunch of this stuff, and we can kind of, if we take a look, a lot of it is wood. There is a bit of cobble in there as well, and primarily it's spruce wood from the looks of things. I mean, there is a fairly even split, but I did mention a couple episodes back I wanted to go over to the clearing that I made over in the spruce biome over there, and that is actually where we're going to be building the new house. So this is kind of something that I want to get the basics done for an improved house in this episode, and then we'll kind of, pardon the pun, but spruce it up at a later date. So I think we're gonna kind of sit this so it faces towards the ocean, or maybe even we can put it like this so it faces maybe faces that way, so then we can connect up to the village, but we can also have it going around there. It's kind of something I've got to try and work out how I'm gonna do. This could potentially work unless I have it facing outwards, which could work a lot better. Let's throw in the basics shape. It's going to be fairly rectangular for the most part, but we'll add in some variation to the height as well to combat it looking too rectangular, I guess. Actually, no, we can make this work. Okay, so we're gonna throw this all in over here, and maybe we'll have it come to here. And then have this come out like this. There we go. And so it is going to be right on the edge of this, which I can terraform at a later date to try and fix that. Alright, let's bring this round. There we go. So that's kind of the basics in, and we've actually gone through a whole stack of spruce already. So it's super likely we're going to need to go and get more at a later date. Let's put down our crafting table. Now, one cheating method is to make ourselves some some wooden plank slabs. So we're going to make those, and using these we can actually fill in all of this. This is a super good technique for kind of not wasting materials, and I would highly recommend it if you're going to be doing flooring or ceilings, just because it reduces the amount of resources you need. I'm actually thinking I might put a divider in. How wide do we want this? If I put in one along here, and we swap that out for spruce, that still gives us a fair amount of room inside the house. I'm gonna throw this divider in, just because I know I can always change this up if necessary. But yeah, I think that's a good place for the divider to be. Let's throw in these slabs, and let's get this bit done. So we're essentially going to create a porch area. It's going to help merge the building with the landscape a lot better. It's going to give it more of a less boxy kind of feel to it. So we're going to get all of this filled in, and I'm actually going to have to make more oak slabs just because we just didn't have enough. There we go, let's keep on going. And I know I'm not exactly the world's finest builder, but as I say, this is going to be something we kind of furnish a bit more at a later date, and for now it's going to be something that's a little rough but a lot nicer than what we already have. So there we go. And then if we throw in these struts, then we can start to see the building take a bit more shape. So yeah, that I like quite a lot. And I think I want to have the doorway on this side, just simply because we want to be able to access it going down this way a bit more. But we'll still have this pathway that leads us off up here. So yeah, unless we do put it at this side, and then we don't have as far to walk. I think I will go this side actually. Scrap what I'd already said, and we'll do that instead. Right, let's throw this in like that, and then these beams are gonna have to come across. So if we throw this all in, we start to really see the shape of the building take place. It's not exactly like a medieval build or anything like that, but it has a rustic effect by having the helps if I can place on the right one, by having it all in spruce. It's quite a dark texture, and that's going to be kind of contrasted by the oak flooring. However, the oak is still wooden, which helps, I think personally, give it quite a good look. The two blocks do work well in conjunction with one another, and I'd highly recommend it as a block palette. And when I say a block palette, I'm referring to as if it was like a painting. You want to kind of palette yourself just a couple types of blocks, you know, not a huge amount, not too small amounts either though, when building, and they'll really kind of build up the look if it's all kind of solid. Right, let's fill this in. So we know we want to have windows. If I fill in those bits like that, it feels too clustered. If we reduce the amount of windows that it has, how does it look? Okay, we can sort of make this work, I think. I'm not entirely sure how to do this. We could potentially take out some of this, and then if we take that out there, how does that look? It looks alright. It's going to be something that I play around with. I'm going to get the rest of these bits filled in, and then I will cut back once I'm more happy with the base layer. Alright, so we got the bottom layer of the house kind of finished. The only thing we kind of really need to do is to throw in this coal and make ourselves some glass. Now that's done by smelting sand in the furnace as we're doing now. So next thing I want to move on to is building this next layout. Now I actually haven't got the resources, so we'll have to cut away again in a sec, but just to explain what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be throwing out these blocks till about here-ish, and then bringing it round. Now I will explain what's going on a bit more in a sec, but I'm going to gather a whole bunch of resources and then cut back. Alright, so I actually went back and took a really good look at what I was doing, just because I wasn't completely happy with the design that I'd come up with, and I actually redesigned everything once again. So we're going to throw in these blocks down here. I kind of just got all of the basics done, didn't really fill in too much because I wanted to do that on camera for you guys. So I'm going to actually remove these bits from in here, and we're going to have windows in these bits, just to give it more of a look out the back, because the way I'd planned this originally, I was just going to have a solid wall, but it would be quite nice to be able to look out into the ocean. And we're going to fill in obviously this side. We're going to give itself these windows. I don't think there's going to be too many. I think it's going to be the perfect amount. And we're going to leave this big window at the front. It's almost going to be like a bay. As we come up here, you can see I've kind of thrown in a few bits and pieces struts wise, just to give myself a better idea of what I'm doing. So we're just going to basically copy what we did downstairs, throw all of these bits in, and as you can see, it's really starting to kind of take shape. I know it's nothing too crazy. I'm actually going to leave this bit slightly open. I didn't mean to place those blocks there, but this could be slightly interesting. I might leave that like that for now, and then we're just going to fill in this bit over here. So if we bring that up and around, we could have another bay window. Alternatively, what if we... No, I think we'll go with a bay window. That's cool. I could put a proper bay window and have it coming out, but I think the way we're doing the porch system, it's gonna be unnecessary to bring a full bay kind of out. And we do actually have some more stairs, luckily, from before. It's an interesting design. Let's come out 1, 2, there we go. The way I like to do this is I like to alternate, just so I get the full kind of usage out of all of the blocks, and don't overuse one compared to another, but it does also give this nice gradient effect, so it's neither too much of one colour, if you get what I mean. We're going to throw these bits in, and we're going to very quickly run down to the bottom and sleep. It's getting very dark in here, so I should probably start lighting it up. So hopefully we can get to sleep. But now that we've done that, we can go back up to the top, and if we have a look at this bit up here, you can kind of see that I've started to throw in the ceiling blocks. So let's grab ourselves some more spruce, and that needs to be one higher, so we'll put that in there. There we go, and this will give us a diagonal roof. Now, because we have that partition block in the middle of log, that will really stand out when the whole roof is divided, because obviously we're going to do a staircase triangular roof. We're not going to do a flat box like we did before. You can see the flat box over there. It looks absolutely awful, and so it's really imperative that we make this look quite nice, because it's something that we're going to live with for a little while at least. It's nothing that we'll live with forever, but it's certainly something we'll be using for a long time. I think because I know, just because of the amount of items I've got, I'm going to end up having to finish it off camera because I don't have enough, but I'm going to start throwing in things just to give you guys sort of the idea. I'm actually going to make glass panes, so I showed you guys earlier how to make glass by putting it in the furnace. If you put 6 blocks like this, 3 in the middle and 3 on the bottom, you'll make yourselves glass panes. I'm actually going to make 2 lots of these because there's 16 per thing. I know we have quite a lot of windows, and so it's a very good way of saving space. But these glass panes don't take up a full block as well. They also only can take up like a 8th or 16th. I'm not entirely sure on that one, but they take up a sliver of what the original glass block would have taken up, and it just adds to the whole catchiness in terms of there's different layers. And what you want to do when you're building is give everything a layer. If you do everything on a flat surface like I did with the box over there, it doesn't tend to look very good. So not that I'm saying copy this build exactly, it's not that great a build, but if you guys are looking to get ideas for your own builds, I would heavily advise using a layered kind of structure, just so your builds have something different to them in comparison to just a flat surface. But yeah, the last thing I wanted to show on camera before I go and start to finish off the builds, we're going to use the recipe book just because you might have seen that this was on screen but never known what it does. This essentially brings up the crafting recipes for you. So we're going to click on this one here, which actually you put in 4 blocks of any log. I've just got the birch one for show, but 4 blocks of any thing, and so we're going to put in our spruce, and we get 3 of these which are completely textured, and there's no rough edge to them that you have on all of the others. So if you look out here, these blocks over here, that one has a rough edge to it, but if we break that and place that in, it looks completely finished. There's no edge point to it, which is really nice and neat. So we're going to throw those in the corners just to kind of tidy up the build, and yeah, I think that's starting to really come along. So I'm going to finish this off camera, and I'll bring you guys a kind of view of it once we're done. And there you have it. That is the house. Now I have done a few things that you might want to take note of, and that being that I've put stairs in and then put stairs underneath stairs. Now I've actually managed to forget to do that corner one up there, so we're just going to come up, and I can also show you what I mean. By just clicking on the underside, it turns a stair upside down, and that is a great way to texture a house, just to give it that added feeling of it not just being purely triangular. It's a nice way to make diagonal roofs and bits like that. From the back it looks quite nice as well. It's nothing too out there, but it's still fairly nice. And then as you come around here, yeah, it all fits in rather well. Now you might be thinking, this is floating, this looks awful, and I wanted to do on camera. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our sticks that we have and then put those in the middle, either side, place some planks, and that will actually make you fences. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to build that up to there, break that and place that torch maybe there, just so it's out of the way for a second. And then I want to say that we're going to have 2, 3, there we go, and then 3 blocks, so that'll be up to there. Right, let's go back in craft more, as we appear to have run out. Right, there we go. Let's get even more sticks, throw those in there, and then we're just going to put the planks in either side again. And as you can see, we've made quite a few fence posts, so there we go. We can almost prop the building up. I'm going to place a torch on there, maybe a torch there, and a torch in there, or maybe it's better placed there. And as you come out here, now the building looks more complete. It looks like it's being held up by these posts, which is really good. One thing I'm going to do is also, using my planks, I'm going to place 2 next to each other, and that's going to make myself a pressure plate. Now when I place that on the floor, this is powering a redstone signal into the door, which essentially opens it for you. I don't have to click on the door anymore, which is awesome. And then obviously when you come up to it, you do have to click it. I'm going to leave it like that just because I wouldn't want a zombie or something to walk along the pressure plate and then just stroll into the house. So we're going to go upstairs really quickly, and then we're going to go over to here, and we're going to do the same thing essentially, except for we've got nothing to prop up this time. So we're just going to put it up like that, and that's given us this nice little area that we can use to kind of hang around in. It gives us a nice view out. I mean, we can see the little box over there, which is quite nice from that point of view. Now, there is something else I want to do out front, and that is we're going to make ourselves like a little plant pot just to go on the porchway. So we haven't actually got any dirt on us at the moment, but we'll just come up here and we'll grab maybe 3 blocks. I think would be fine. Well, hold on, yeah, 3 blocks will be fine. We'll place it like that. Then either side, we're gonna press those down, and I think the best way to do this would be to put in trapdoors. So we're gonna grab ourselves trapdoors by putting 6 planks down horizontally like that, and you do get 2 each time, so we are going to be slightly wasteful here, but you just place those down, hit that like that, and that looks like that's now part of a garden. So all we need to do is find some flowers. So there's some roses here. I might change these out for a different colour flower at some point, but we'll roll with these for now, just so you guys get the general gist. And I'm going to throw those in, and there we go. That is our new upgraded house, completely finished. I'm really happy with this, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all that stuff and move it over here between now and next episode, and hopefully next episode we can carry on surviving using this new house. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much.